Hey everybody, Craig Tominini here, founder and CEO of Ask Craig T and the host of the Ask Craig T podcast show. It's Friday morning, it's 9 o'clock, we are ready to go. I'm excited to get into our episode today and talk to you about kind of a different topic than we normally talk about here. But before I do, I just want to remind you, go to our YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe to our channel, smash the bell so you get notifications when our new videos come out. Follow us on our Ask Craig T Incorporated Facebook page so that you can see these episodes when they go live at 9 o'clock on Friday mornings. And with that, we're going to jump right in. Probably a shorter episode today, but I want to talk to you about something that I'm actually pretty passionate about, aside from technology, is process, right? So a lot of times with my clients, what happens is we have a conversation initially about what they perceive as broken with their company or what they would like to do next when it comes to scalability. Well, the beginning of that conversation is always, what are you doing right now? What is your current existing process in your business? And so a lot of what I like to do with my clients is really get in and get my hands dirty and really understand what that process is. What are you doing today, right? And not because we want to make it so that it seems like you're not doing the right thing today, but because we want to make sure that you understand what you're doing today is yielding the results of what you get today. You do what you do and you get what you get. And a lot of times we hear things like, well, if you want to change, you have to change what you do. If you never change, then you'll never see a change, right? Little catchphrases like that. Well, those are cute, but they're not helpful. So what I want to do today is just kind of unpack a 3-step model that any business can deploy right now, today. As soon as you're done watching this podcast, you can leave and go, I can do those 3 things. So we're going to hit those 3 things really quick, really high level. And just want to remind you, if you need help breaking into this, if you need some guidance doing this, that's what we do here at Ask Craig T. We help businesses scale their business through the transference of knowledge. So I want to help you. So with that, let's jump right into it. One of the 3 phases, because you can actually start this at any point in this 3-step process, and you'll understand what I mean here in a second. But the first one I want to look at is operational, right? So a lot of times when I talk to my clients, it's about establishing operational efficiency. What does that mean? Well, you can do your work the way you do it today, but is that the most efficient way to do it? Meaning, are you spending more time? Are you using more resources, right? Are you spending more money? Whatever it might be operationally, that is driving you to the result that you're getting. Remember, I said the choices you make, the process you have, that is all tied to the results that you're going to have as well. So what are you doing operationally? What does that mean? Procedures, right? What are the actual sub processes inside of this process? The tasks, right? The things that you do every single day that play a direct role in the output of what your productivity looks like. Let me give you an example. Let's just say for the practical purposes of this video, there are 8 hours in a workday, right? That's how most people think. 8 hours. What do you do inside of those 8 hours in your business from a task level standpoint? Well, here's what most people do for the first 15 minutes or so of their 8-hour day. They usually get on their computer and they start checking their emails. How long does that take you? How long does it take to check your emails? The average person takes about 5 to 11 minutes every day to initially check their emails before they start productivity. 5 to 11 minutes. What could you be doing in 5 to 11 minutes if you didn't have to just sit there and check your emails? Just a thought. Maybe that's a place where you can create an operational efficiency. Maybe that's a place where you can find some automation that allows you to check emails. Maybe you hire a virtual assistant or something like that to do that particular set of tasks for you. But you have to realize that every time you make a change in your process or in some of your sub-processes operationally, that impact also has a set of pros and cons. So you need to very carefully weigh out what that looks like. So that's the first part, is operational. What are you doing operationally, right? The tasks that are contributing to the direct output of your productivity. Second thing I want to talk about is management, right? So management, a lot of people immediately think, well, it's just me. I'm a solopreneur. I don't have managers. I'm the only person here. But I'm not talking about people necessarily management. I'm talking about processes that oversee operational things, right? We just talked about operational efficiencies. What are some processes that could be put in place to oversee the efficiency of your operations? So it sounds kind of cyclical, right? We're kind of like talking in circles. You're going, Craig, why is it that you keep saying this and then you say this, but this is actually this, and it's really, right? You're confused. And you should be, because most people that run businesses are confused when it comes to process improvement, because they don't understand that these are 3 separate phases or approaches to an overall process, but they're concentric. They overlap each other. And so where management overlaps operations, there's an efficiency built in there, and we can talk more about that. But management is, in the context of this, more about the processes that oversee the operations. So let's go back to operations for a second. So operations are the procedures and tasks that play a direct role in the output of your production. So if I'm operational here, right, I'm functioning, I'm doing tasks, I'm getting things done. Management is the monitoring or the observation of those things operationally that are happening to make sure, to ensure that they are efficient. Hopefully that makes more sense. And here's where it kind of ties together, the third and final phase, supporting, right? So you have operational, management, and supporting. Supporting is the processes or the sub-processes that support, wait for it, the operations of the business without a direct role in the productivity. So you have operations that are tasks that are directly tied to productivity. You've got management that are processes that oversee the operations that are tied directly to productivity. And now you have the supporting element that is processes that support the operations, but without a tie to productivity. What does that mean? Well, if you think about supporting processes, things that are not tied to productivity, we need to understand what productivity is first, right? Productivity to me is what I refer to as income producing activity, IPA, another 3-letter acronym. That's what productivity means in my mind. If I'm doing something, some series of tasks, some processes that are tied to productivity, that means whatever I'm doing is tied to making money, right? We're in business. Let's talk about making money. But supporting, right, that supporting part of this process is more about those tasks that are kind of ancillary. They're the things that are kind of on the fringe that are happening that are not directly tied to making money. They're not directly tied to productivity, but they are necessary for the overall operational output of your business. And so something like that would be an example. So I used email before as a task that could be directly tied to productivity. You could also say that emails may be indirectly or not tied to productivity at all. It could just be a matter of going through and going, that's junk mail, that's junk mail, that's junk mail, right? A solicitation here, a solicitation there. But those could be things that could be maybe separated, right? You have someone who's going through your inbox and their task is to make sure that you are getting the junk, the spam mail sorted from the things that are income producing, that are related to productivity. That could be an example of where operational versus supporting kind of separates, right? They become two separate things. So what do you do with all that? So you've got operational, management, and supporting. Those, and you said, Craig, those are things that I could implement at the end of this call, but I still don't know how to do that at the end of this video. Here's the thing. Take a look at how you work. One of the best ways to do that, I find, is to do an audit, like anything else. If you have an accounting issue, you would do an audit of your accounting practices, right? How you earn money, how you spend money, how you track your money that you're earning, how you track the money that you're spending, right? That's a process. I would suggest to you that you take this idea of operational management and supporting and apply it to an area in your business where you're struggling, or maybe where you have some stress, right? I think typically a lot of people will come back to time, right? So take this model, this operational management and supporting model, and put it down and say, okay, from a time perspective, where am I using my time operationally, right? And so what are the tasks that I'm doing that are directly tied to productivity, income producing activity? Looking at my time, what processes do I have in place for managing my time? What processes do I have that are not tied to productivity, not income producing, but that support kind of how I do my business, right? Maybe those are, things spent like doing marketing, strategy development. Maybe you're just sitting in a chair thinking about business development, how you're going to grow your company going forward. So take that model and just kind of lay it on top of your business. And look, that's what I have, because I don't want to go super deep on this because it's confusing to people. And if you need help, I want to sit down and help you. I want to be a trusted advisor for you. I want to help you take this model and really understand how it applies to your business, because everybody's business is different. You're unique. Your business is unique. So if you need help with any of that stuff, as always, you can reach out and ask Craig T. That's what I have for you. Super short episode this week. Thank you for tuning into the Ask Craig T podcast show. We'll see you again next Friday, 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Have a great day.